We are back. The IP address is resetting, so that's the reason why that happened. Exactly the same as it was before. Have problems with the chat. Now I can't guys folding 99%. He did fold to a receipt till now. I don't see the chat. I need to fix it. I don't like it. This guy is rapping like full house or flush. Interesting hand, really interesting hand. Okay, I am in the chat, I can see the chat. He was bluffing. He didn't have a lot of sense to have it. He did check the flop. He checked the flop, delayed. He's wrapping like sevens now. I would call if this guy didn't call. And now he's like betting, and he's not like wrapping ace-x because he'll bet it. Check it probably if he has like ace with the club. Or bet small size, so he's not wrapping a flush. Okay, let's see if we had one more table. Okay, we don't. All are full. Bet here. When he's checking here, he's probably doesn't have anything. Let's see what we have on him. Ace-9 is call. I like the bet more, just because he will need to show then what he has. And now, much better if we bet, this guy call, and then we would see what this guy has. It would be much better for us that we did play like that. And this guy didn't even bet the kings. And he has the nuts. Okay. Really strange. Really, really strange. I mean, you have the nuts practically, and you are not doing anything with it. We are 4-betting here against pretty 14%. Let's see how, when we are deep, how much it is now. Okay, a little wider, little narrower. We're gonna go 3x here. It's 22.5. Okay. So IP address is resetting always at the same time, and it will always kick us off, and we will have a 2-stream then. Because I need to then restart the stream, reset it, and start again. Folding. 27%. He should have ace-8 and ace-9 on cutoff also. He did open king 9 off, jack 9 off. Okay. And jack 3. Okay, opening here, folding. Go for 1/3. He did call only once with the top pair, so pretty strong from the start till now. Let's see what I have about him. Okay, nothing much. The guy had king jack. Wow, this guy had a combo draw and the middle pair. And this guy checked behind it. And now he potted the turn. Yep. And he didn't bluff it. I think we probably lost the time bank also. I try to see. Wanted to know if we still have it. Okay, we have 28 seconds. Okay. Look at the sizes. 15, 7.5x. And interesting board, really, really interesting. Now aces are not in that great spot. We are betting ace here. Sick. Pretty sick hand. And the guy get it. Pretty sick hand. Let me see just how the guy played it. I want to know. Which sizes did he use? Okay, I like the size and the flop. Sick hand, sick hand. I'm gonna call for it here. Wow, sixes. The guy did get back. The guy had straight then, has straight now. But he did lost a big pot. Really unfortunate. Sick. If he didn't lose this, he would have for 100 blinds. If he didn't lose with the nuts. And what can you do? You have nuts and you lose. Okay, he did had jack 9, but not important. Okay, we have a table here. I can leave here. No. Okay, look at this. Now, okay. We get rid of the short table. Also one good table. You see now it's 5 a.m. in the morning and still a lot of tables, still a lot of action. So Remember what I said about this guy? That's why I showed the flush there, and we're gonna be extremely low with flushes, so I didn't want to make mistake that I made before. Against this guy, when we had the trips, when we have full house, he had the trips and he didn't raise it and just called the river. Now when we had a flush, we will usually we won't ever have a flush. So I should have checked the river, but just basically because his river betting range was always something good, two pair, set, full house. I don't think he's gonna bluff, and if he's having ace-x, he's gonna probably check it down. So that's the reason why I ship in a spot where we won't have many strong hands. I'm raising here. Showing here. I think fifth bad bit that we did, that we had a 'and it was the big one. %40 range. That's like king 9. Off in the range, queen 9 and stuff like that. I'm betting 1/3. We are having ace jack and ace queen here, so we're gonna have the bluffs. I don't like this. Wow. This is just sick. Just sick. We lost like 5-6 all-ins with 80%. A really bad play. He's just calling with we are folding the worst and calling with better. If he bet it, I feel it's okay. But check shove on the turn. Super bad play. Folding ace 9, folding 2-6. How much BBs? It was all in. Even more than 120 blinds. Yep, I think super bad play. I think ace king with the king of hearts is not that bad. Just because we will have like ace queen, and when he checks ships and we have like ace queen with ace of hearts, it would be disaster spot for us. But I feel ace queen is really bad. %, like this. Let's see, 20%. He's calling ace jack off. He's having in a call range. Okay. It's pretty tough when you lose like this. We lost two hands with the aces. We lost jacks on 2-7-8 squeeze pot, 2-6-7 squeeze pot. The guy had sevens. We check shot the flop because the guy used like pot size. Okay. Baby's on tilt, it seems. Again, he lost against this guy. This guy is really weak reg. Look at the size here. Look at the size. And this guy is just calling on the flop. Having a trips and the guy can raise top pair, can raise draws, everything. If you only click it back and boom, shove the turn, he can get the money in with, I don't know, 80%. %. That means king 10 and queen 10 in the range off. Why is he putting the turn? Doesn't have any sense if he's want to bet like a race, and he's kept in the he's capped a lot, so I'm gonna check raise this with the bigger size. This guy's basically continuing with the pair, and he's not gonna like call a raise high or with backdoor flush draw or king 10 with a backdoor flush draw. So I'm gonna bet here. A really good turn for us also. He's tributing a decent amount, so we are going with the hand. And we are call for betting a lot, so I'm gonna go with the 1/4. Let's see with what he's calling a 4-bet. He didn't call a 4-bet till now. I'm jamming here. I think this is a fold. And just because I think he's calling pairs with the diamond, and I'm sure that I think from the stats I see, I don't think he's turning them into bluff now. And I don't think he's calling ace queen without diamonds. And we also have two queens, so I don't see possibilities for bluffs very much. 7.8, okay, we made it. He has ace queen off in the range, so probably like 5s plus, I would say. So he's gonna have a lot of 6s, 7s, 8s here, probably even 10s. He's not folding anything on this board. check raising here is a lot stronger than average. Okay, even it feels to me like a draw from the size, but we don't need to defend ace queen here without we're defending ace queen with the diamonds and with the spades, so this is not to defend. Fold here. I don't play zoom because I don't like the zoom. I really don't like zoom, the format of the zoom, so that's the reason why. I made the zoom challenge, so I played the zoom for a month and a half, and it's enough for me for one life. He will get it for sure. Babe only got money from us. This guy got 3 buy-ins from us. And they just give it away. And the sick thing is the guy had a straight and this guy was on a flush draw, and the guy just get like a lot of bad beats. We're betting here. He's gonna call it. I think this is not the greatest hand to bluff. He's gonna check a lot on the turn. Check here. We'll see if there's a table. Oh, there's a lot of tables still. Okay. Opening here. I'll call this time, mixing between calling and 3-betting. We want to bet this board, not check raise it. I see a bad check range, so really unfortunate. This guy is really unfortunate. He lost 2 times with the straight, and now he had top pair. The guy, this guy, gets the straight, gets the flush on the river. Let me see the hand. And the guy was really unfortunate. And the guy just called from small blind. This is just, I really hate this play. Calling here, so you see he would check raise the force if he has, when he's like doing this, he's wrapping a straight or sixes that he would fold, so he doesn't have it, so he mostly likely he'll have a draw, some type of draw like king jack or with the hearts or stuff like that, and he gets it. The guy called him correctly with the 10x, and this guy gets it. This card is tight. Three betting here. Let's see what the guy does. Folds. Okay. I'm gonna see if we have table. If this one breaks. Betting sevens. We can also call them. Because we are deep, I'm gonna 3-bet it, call a 4-bet with it if I'm played in position, so we are check raising here, polarized. This guy doesn't fold at all to a check raise. I'm gonna put it here. And of course we lost the hand on the river. Split it on the river, I mean. And for example, look at this. This guy has jacks in the range, we don't have it. And he's for sure, like 99% of the times he's splitting the pot here when we bet the pot. And now he's like only calling. And if he's like shoving, he's putting us, I mean, I would call, but it's not an easy spot. He can have jack 9 and he can have jacks, and we can have them. He has position and he's leaving the table, so sick. Unfortunate, we lost the table. Okay, we're just gonna wait until something happens. Okay, there is here. I'm really mad at that hand with the 9x, with the king 9. Pretty bad river for our hand. We wanna bet here. Pretty good 2 queens are here. And his range is everything. I'm gonna check call. Unfortunately nothing. Maybe Evolve will play. He has 200 blinds, that indicates that he did play heads up, so maybe we'll get some action here. I never played with him, I don't know the guy. Let's put the heads up hand here. Okay. King 3 is a call. Calling the board. When this guy is here, we need to change the HUD to again to this one. Okay, did I put PokerStars HUD? I did. Great. I'm gonna bet this. And we opened the new table. That's good. King 5 open. I would say this guy is some type of fish. And this guy is definitely a fish. Is he open a 3x here? We don't have the table. Somebody has before us. Wait list. Fuck. Look at what I did. I need to do this, and turn it everything here. Wow, the bomb. But when I saw that he did have a no equity bluff, I just clicked the call. I'm calling here, king queen. Against unknown player. In big blind range where he won't have many jack X's. Okay, this is okay. Also blocking king jack. And the guys are known to me also. Big size on this board. I'm betting small here. Pretty tight range. I don't think this guy has deuces in the range, so pretty good card here. I'm gonna click back here. I'm gonna shove here. I didn't know that. I had trouble with it, but I don't know how to do it. To save the... It seems that it saved like this, and I don't know why. So you can write me how to do it, and I will. On Jack we're gonna bet massively. We have all the king queens, ace queens, and stuff like that, and we're jamming the river. Really unfortunate here with the king queen, but Against unknown player, king queen is always a call. In three bet pot in this run out. In big blind, he should big blind versus button. If he's using the range, I don't know what range he's using, but if he's using a polarized range, he shouldn't have ace jack off. So I don't know which range he's using, but small blind versus button is also king queen is always a call in this run out, but big blind versus button is even better. Okay, here remember table positioning. Maybe that's it. Yep, he will remember now this one. Okay. Thanks, man. Thank you, thank you. Pretty gross session today. We are down, I think, a lot. But I really like the way I played, so I'm happy with the play. And the guy just wins the hand and leaves. We just lost many setups today. I'm gonna call king queen. I can 4-bet it. As a bluff in this spot, I think also is a good play. But also this guy is 3-betting 17%, 15%. King queen is okay in that spot. We're folding here on ship. I would raise like king jack plus against 1/3 in the multi-way pot when he's c-betting all his range. The guy is disconnected. Oh, he's back. opinion, not good. Tight. I don't know. Look at folding out of position. Check folding. Check folding 83%. Folding to 3-bet out of position 75%. I don't know. It doesn't seem really good to me. It doesn't seem good at all. And I also have a music that we can play that is allowed without copyrights. I have some sites that not Caddy, Justin gave to me, so we can play music in the future. If you want, you can ask for it and I'll give it, click it, and it's without copyright, so 12% here. I don't like this size because he's saying he's betting 8s, 9s, 10s with this size also, and then our ace deuce is a good call. If he's more polar, then it's better, but even that it's folding. Falling here. Okay, he has 50%. 50% of range calling and or 3-betting, so he's not defending hands like king 8 off, 6-7 off. Big blind versus button I'm talking about. I think it's okay to call 4-bet it sometimes, to have in the range also. You want to have like all the hands in range when you call 4 because of the low boards. Let's see button versus early middle position. So it's really tight. %. We're betting 66% on this board. This guy seems passive. He's folding a lot on c-bets. %, open, calling 3-bets a lot. He's calling king queen off. So pretty wide range calling. Probably like ace jack, king queen, king 9 suited, king 8 suited. He's 4-betting almost never, so ace king suited, okay. And also look at this, he's folding 67% against us on the flop, folding river 3 out of 4 times and folding that much on the flop. Like he's saying he's only calling a river with the value hands. Like really, really good top pairs plus. So it's shame that everything we had, we lost. Every value hands we had, we get the bad bait. Or we just get sucked out. We're not getting many things, and everything we had. This guy's falling really a lot against us. I would say he's calling like ace jack off plus. He's even falling like ace 10 off against us. So we are trying. We're gonna try. We're gonna try attack, find spots, put pressure, but it's not going our way today. But I think it's understandable. I had like 30 sessions in a row at Stars winning and didn't lose, or I lost maybe once. It just had to go a day like this when we're losing everything. We should have in check range against him. We're gonna go like this. So I think it's understandable to just get like this when just nothing is going from the start. But I need to try to stay and play good. This is called, we're attributing the black ones. The guy called on small blind versus button ace king off. I would immediately fold this. But of course we can't fold the flop ever. But against this guy I'm folding the turn. Really, really good turn. We are betting now. He doesn't have ace 6 off in the range, which is really good. He has ace 9 off in the range. And he's not floating many ace x hands, so good spot. Bet here like this, call on the small blind. Against unknown people, I'm gonna defend always near minimum defense and what PA is defending, so I'm not gonna overfold until I know how they play. For example, that king queen hand is showing that it's always a call. P always calls king queen. We're against small blind. Again here. Bet 1/3. Against small blind, I'm gonna have just 1/3 range, just because he's gonna have many pocket pairs to put that in a tough spot. Look at this. He's like squeezing nothing, basically nothing. Usually I call this, but not here. Even we could call maybe because of the fish, but okay. Let's see, his ISO from 11% is his isolation, so, and he folds a lot. We would have a really good hand. And we would call it off here. We would lost against this guy. I was trying to say we are still in front of the 10 jack, queen 10, queen jack, but we are now not in front of anything anymore. He's folding 75%, so there's no floats, pure floats, and basically we just can't win this on the river ever. 10.4. This jack 6. Look at this opening of the button, 23% and 15% against us. Even against that tight range, I'm gonna jam, just because I know they are like over 4 betting. He's gonna like 4-bet ace jack, and he don't want to call it and play it. We can call 4-bet with ace king, but I just want to punish the strategy. And we're gonna have like king queen as a bluff. And this guy, like, this guy that's calling ace king, I'm just gonna call ace king against him. This guy's calling ace king from small blind. His range is, I don't know, kings and aces, and maybe bluff if he has it. But I don't think so that he has, so. He turned the 6 into bluff. Let's see immediately here, calling. We're not gonna see, but this hand, we should be betting here like 25 to 30% of the range, and ace queen here without this combo is never a bet. I'm glad I folded ace queen here. I'm not glad I folded ace queen. Okay. I'm gonna shove it here. Because mostly we're gonna be like 7x against 7x and against queen x, and we're blocking queen jack and queen 10, which is good. We have a lot of kings, but... And I saw that guy was folding on the river, but not this time. He was always playing short, and now he instantly called all in with the queen x. I mean, it's hard session. I knew to lose like 8Ks in the session. It's not hard. We're losing like 2K, and we get 5 bad beats, and we lost 3 times with the overpair in the 3-bet pot. It's not hard session. It's just the session like it is. But I'm gonna show you the graph. It's not... I lost my phone. Okay. But I can see chat here. Great. My phone has turned off because of the battery, so now I can see the chat there on that screen. So I'm gonna watch it from time to time. I can just click it and see. We're gonna show the graph, no problem. Like I said, I feel like I played okay, so I'm not mad on me. The hands were like it was, so you can do nothing about it. That call surprised me with queen 9. I didn't expect it because he was short all the time, and it's not common that when they are short and now they full stack, they call like with the middle pair, instant call for the all-in. But that happened. That happened. Instantly called. But we are having so many king X's hands, and I would shove even ace queen. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna fold here against this guy. just because he's basically gonna have like that middle pair or worse, and we are blocking the best middle pairs. Okay, this guy has like 70% range, calling 8-5 off, 6-4 off, so he's gonna have Jack 8 here, he's gonna call it, he's gonna have a lot of 4x hands, 10x hands. I'm gonna fold here against 4x. Interesting hand here. This guy has nuts, 100%. This guy's like tight as shit. This is the... Okay, I'm gonna call here. 50%. We're gonna have a few draws here. So I will overbet this. I will look like every 5 minutes at the chat if there's anything you want me to answer. Look now. I mean, bad run. It happens when the hands go like that. But for me, of all the hands we lost, the worst was one when the guy had queen 10, when we had aces, when the guy had a flush, and he's having like 6 combos of flush. For me, that's worse than the bad beat. Just because it's so rarely that he's gonna have flush. He's falling to 3-bet everything, mainly everything except best broadways and pairs, and he doesn't have any suited connectors in the range, and against that type of guy we just run into him. That's like terrible. And we have many bluffs, and we need to shout thinly there. He should be checking their 10x here a lot if he knows how to play. So on this board, because he's not really big favorite, big blind versus cutoff, and we have a lot of hands that are connecting well with this board, and we have a... So in the nuts department we are also not... He's not running better than the big blind, so he's gonna have to check some 10s. So it's not like he's not gonna ever have a 10. I just didn't overbet, I just bet the pot. Just acknowledge that he's gonna have some 10s, and that's why I dropped the size from overbet to pot, because there he should have some 10s. Okay, this is call, bottom versus middle position, 10%. 8%, falling to 4-bet a lot. Okay, 10%. That probably means he has like hands like ace jack off in the range. He should be betting here really a lot. Against us, like 80% of range he needs to bet. our hand is a call on that board. We're not check raising this. We are going all in with the sevens. But also, I mean, the hard sessions are the best for players, for people to watch. I remember this guy is like really tight. He doesn't have like an ace, like ace jack here, ever, or a jack ever. He's having like here, or he's having ace king here, and with the size that he used, I would say that he's gonna have a lot of ace kings. Wow, we got called by the queen high, great. I think I'm gonna check behind. We have like 8, 9s and 10 a lot here. I'm gonna jam now. Ace jack suited, okay. That's okay. I thought about ace jack off. And king jack suited type of hand. I thought that he doesn't have, but he has ace jack suited. And he called for bet 3%, 9 times out of 315, and had only ace king. And look at the way that he played. So he didn't shove the turn, he didn't shove the river, then he checked. So weak play, and that's telling us when he's barreling the turn, we need to call with like if the turn was like 4, because he's gonna be bluff heavy if he's like checking this. We're gonna have 8s, 9, 10s, we're gonna have weaker jack. And we don't have many like better hands than ace jack. And on the river, I mean, what is he doing on the river? I'm gonna write down at the end of the session this reads. I didn't have any read about him, I didn't write any read, but from the stats, I didn't ever thought that he has even a hand like ace jack suit. Okay, ace jack suited has sense, it's a good hand, but I just don't understand why would he check the turn with it. He's gonna have, if he's having ace jack suited, he's having even king queen suited or ace queen suited, he's gonna have flush draw there. And what he's gonna do, he's gonna shove the flush draws, but he's gonna, like, I don't know, slow play the ace jack. I think ace jack is clear shove. He can check like 10s if he wants, 9s if he has them in the range, and if he has ace jack, he's gonna have them also. 1/3. Gross river. Okay, we're called with with queen jack here. I like the call. This. I like the call because he's blocking ace queen and ace jack. Basically the hands that will most likely have an ace in it. But with the dead hands I would bet the turn. With the queen jack. With the I would bet the turn with it. Let's see how this hand went. I just want to know that. And just let me see. I'll check. Bet. And he overbet the river, right? Okay. Slight overbet the river. Let's see here what's happening. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze it. He decided to go for check raise, right? Okay. Let's see what he's calling three bet with. With squeeze with it as a caller. Call raise and call squeeze 3 out of 8 times. There is no hand range, so there wasn't a showdown with it. Okay, we're gonna bet here. Bet turn to continue. Okay, I'm gonna bet 1/3 against small blind range. Let's see what will happen. And Mescalita didn't turn it into bluff. and the guy bet the. And that's the guy that called us with the queen jack. So he's calling 30% here. Pretty good hands to against the reg, but against him, I don't think. We are again blocking good jacks, but I don't think this guy will fold. I don't think the guy would fold it. Too bad. We just can't hit it. And we bet they're really strong on the flop, so he doesn't have like a hands that we want to fold out. Like if you bet 1/3, then okay, he's gonna have like a ace of spade hands, like ace 4 of spade. He's gonna call that with this fold stats. He's gonna call all of that. But now when we bet like that, I think he's gonna continue with 9 and jack. And he's not gonna have many 7x. He's gonna have like 7-10 and 7-8. But still, I don't think the bluff is good against him. I mean, and he did catch us in a few bluffs, so okay. Let's see if the chat is going on. I mean, I tilt, of course I tilt. Everybody tilts, but there's a couple of different type of tilt, so you need to know which type are you. Are you the type who's gonna yell, who's gonna scream, who's gonna rag down the table, or who's gonna like go all in with 6-7 suited? And there's few types. Of course everybody's tilting. I tilt also. I tilt a lot on the Zoom. Bigger size. Pretty good turn for us. I should have bet this. I don't know why I didn't. Against this type of range, 7-9 off. So that's probably all suited hands there. So 6s need protection, and this is board is good for us. So definitely a bad mistake. I didn't do it. We would even get flop and we would bet the turn then, and he would fold at the turn. So I think the worst type of tilt is that tilt you're tilting but you play like shit. So it's better like go and break something than play like shit. 50% of hands, okay. He has 8-10 here. 8-10 off. When I'm saying about hands, the most important is off hands, because off hands are 12 combos of that hand. Let's go to not polarized. Let's go like this. Okay. 50%. He's betting most range. We're gonna bet the turn. We can even check the turn. I'm gonna bet it. Bet the turn. He's gonna call on the check raise. Everything he falls to check raise 40%. So he's gonna call with the ace highs. He's gonna call with the kings, queens, with the backdoor flush draw hands. So he's gonna call all pairs. So betting the turn. We also have bluffs. We want to bet and then play the range from the river. Folding this. 33%. We're gonna definitely 3-bet hit. We're gonna call for it now. Let's see, he's call for fold. Pretty okay. He's calling us a lot, so I'm definitely gonna do it. Okay. Mescalita seems to have some type of the hand. Call 4-bet as a 3-better. So this is what he's calling as a 3-better. He's slow playing aces, queens even. And now he's shoving. Probably ace king. We won't be calling ace jack suited, but he's slow playing aces. Maybe he's like shoving kings and ace king. Against 27, he's gonna have ace 8 off. I'm gonna dog the turn because we have more 9x than he has. I'm gonna go for 1/3 here. It's really nice to have jack because we're blocking the full houses now. Okay. He also have really good hand. Okay. I see that he's check folding really a lot, so he's check calling. He check called top pair twice. Now he's gonna fold ace highs, hands like ace 10, ace queen, ace jack, and he's gonna continue here with his pairs that he did check call. We have good equity against those hands, and we can bluff river on many runouts, so it's a good spot for us. I like the spot. This tight guy, even he's tight, like playing tight, but he's calling wide, but playing tight post flop. This guy is squeezing pretty okay, and he's gonna do it a lot because of him, so he's at least gonna have 10%. I'm gonna 4-bet it. We can call, but here I think he's wide enough that we can do it. So I'm gonna do it. We are against ace king, which is great. But he's gonna have also 10s, 9s, jacks. I don't know if he's gonna shove them or not against us. But he calls 4-bet also a lot. Yes, he called queens, he called king jack suited, queen jack. So he's not ever calling ace king, but he's calling like a queen sometimes, suited broadways. And I didn't see that he called 10, so maybe he would shove them against us. What we want to do here, we're gonna stick to the red one, we're gonna call, the black one we're gonna squeeze. Increase the size a bit because the guy not folding. He didn't step, this is the step turn. He's stepping every pair, so he's stepping like every pair that he has is 6x or so. I think we need to call, but I'm not thrilled. Just because that he can have really wide, he can even have like 3-5, 5-7 off in the range, so. And what the guy had is this. Okay, the guy is 4-betting in position. He'd never done that. He did it with the aces. So never a bluff. Okay, button versus blind, he 4-betted 3 times. So he had 4-betted 4 times, but we don't have a sample of hands that he had. And we are 3-betting really a lot, small blind versus button, like 16, small blind versus cut of 16%. I'll call against him. When I look my range here, we're gonna have 8, we're gonna have 9s, we're gonna have 10s, we're gonna have ace queen, we're gonna have suited broadways, we're gonna have jacks, some part of the queens. Okay, I'm gonna call with the jacks. This guy also plays really tight against us, and he doesn't have bluffs, I think, like that can bluff here. His bluffs are like ace queen. And he never bluffed against me. And he did time, he done that once also. I write myself, this guy never bluffed against us, and he did exactly the same thing when he had trips. I'm gonna fold against him. I'm gonna go for pot here. Exactly the same thing he did. I called him like 3-4 times, really easy, I have it in the reads. And he never had any bluffs, and he never bluffed against us because I called him pretty light. And he always timed it when he bluffed it, when he had a hand. I'm gonna go for a pot here. It's hard fold. It's hard fold, just because it's pretty high in the range. But if this guy has a bluff with the clubs, for example, did he 4-bet, I don't know, king 10 suited? Okay, he had trips. If he 4-bet like king jack suited or king queen suited, which he wouldn't do it, but let's say just for the hypothetically that he did, he wouldn't never bet that 1/3 on the turn from the way he played till now. So he would do it. He would just shove, because when he was having in the 3-bet pot flush draw, he overbet shoved. So if he's having flush draw, he like king x, king 9, I don't know, king queen or stuff, or queen jack with the club, he would just shove the turn. he would never bet with this size, and that's the reason I call the turn, because of course I need to call the turn with the jacks always. But on the river, it's hand that I need to call, just based on I'm not gonna have check raise range a lot on this board, because it's a 4-bet pot and I have a lot of middle hands like 8s, 9s. That's why I'm not gonna check raise a lot. Even with my 10x that I have jack 10, 9, 10, ace 10 suited, king 10 suited, queen 10 suited. I'm not gonna check raise just because I have a lot of middle hands in the range. And also I have 7s. So it's not like big deal, but I just don't know from the reads I have on this player, he will never bluff. So especially against us, we are folding river 30%. He's never gonna bluff here like ace queen or ace king, or I don't know what type of bluff even he can have. I really called him off. Just look at his river pop-up. Look at this. Look at this. 2 pair mid flush mid set. Top pair, top pair, top pair. 2 pair, not straight quads. Strips. So fuck you. I'm not gonna call with jacks against you. But he could play it a lot worse for us. He could use bigger sizes, and then we just can't fold the flop and turn if he used bigger sizes with jack 7, because we are then under defending a lot. But here on the river, I think we are, even if we fold jack, sometimes we are defending okay, just because we're just gonna have a 10x there. I'm gonna have aces sometimes. I'm gonna have queens that are better than jacks, and I wouldn't fold the queens. 8s and 9s, I would probably fold against him. If I folded the jacks, I would fold them also. But against this type of player that I really paid at the beginning, I want to see what the guy had when he had a straight. Did he have an overpair? Okay, he had aces. He's not check folding anything. He did now. Okay, we're gonna do like this. So just based on the reads I had, I didn't want to call it off. And especially that timing, he timed till last seconds and shove. There are no hand that you're double barreling and you need to think about if you want to shove the river with it or not. They're just not that type of the hand. Look at this. This is 3-betting from button, small blind versus button or cutoff or early middle position. We can just fold against this type of guys. 3-betting here, check here, check raising here or check shoving, check raising. And I know exactly when he sees us, when he sees our stats, that we are not folding the river, in that we are not folding the river in 3-bet pots or 4-bet pots, and I just know that he just won't bluff there. I'm gonna bet bigger here. Okay, this guy will call, check call pretty strong. Nines are, he's checking nines there. I think in my opinion nines should be bet small size so we can induce with it. Induce like a bluff and for value. Let's see here. Let's go when he's deep, how much he's doing when we are deeper, just to see if he's having the same frequencies. Against us, never. Okay. We're gonna tribute the black ones still. Okay, this guy's raising. First raise, okay. Okay. Let's see the hand, how it went. One third, 60%, so all suited hands are here. Let's see if we have a better table than this. A lot of tables still. $41 when we are 43%, 36 when we are in the blind. Pretty tight opening range, so he doesn't have all the ace-x hands in opening range. I'm gonna check raise this one. We have sevens here. We have a7. Okay, I'm gonna jam it. Pretty good hand, but nothing still here. backdoor flush draw hands, 2 overs. But we can do nothing. I need to check this board. He call the true bet. Yes, I would check a lot here and with my overpairs check raise them. But here check raise is all in, so I don't think king queen is all in here. Nothing we can do. Pretty unfortunate that we have backdoor flush draw and 2 overs. But it is what it is. I'm gonna call here. 3 barrel. Really rarely. I don't like this spot at all. When this guy calls and he called on a small blind, I'm just gonna fold here because of him. Call on the small blind and call here. Pretty strong to me. He's having a set 100%. I think we need to orbit here. Go for 1/3 here. Really bad river to bluff. If he's having like an ace of hearts, now he's got a flush. If he's calling with a queen, he now has trips. And I don't think he's calling overbet with 9 or 7x, so pretty hard as far as to be bluffing in this spot. To be successfully bluffing, because the ace got there, the trips got there, really sick to bluff. I think I should use bigger size, but I want to induce also, but 6 spot. I just think even we have blockers here, I don't think we can do anything there. It's just so hard to pull it off. When we were bet the turn, we so narrow his range here, so the good bluff would be not hard one. Hand like 8, I would shove on the 8. I would shove on the king here, and that's it. And we would pull it off just on these cards. Unfortunately, nothing we can do. Okay, no questions, no anything. Really tough spot. We just don't get runups to bluff also. We just don't get it to bluff. And we had a good like king queen there with the backdoor flush draw and the 2 over cards. And it's hard when the guy just pots and we basically need to shove, and I just can't shove king queen there. Okay, let's see here. He's calling 9s, he's calling ace 8 suited. We also must take into account, look at this, that he has a lot of bluffs because he's falling to 5 bet 100%. So we can play jacks, shove and make him fold, and he's not or call. He did fold here to shove and here. What I want to do, ship, or I'm just gonna shove. And I could save here. I could save the money here, but okay. I decided to shove just to punish for betting 7.6%, and you know that 3% is jacks and ace, jacks plus ace king, so he's having 2 times bluffs than he should have. That's why I decided to ship the jacks there. To punish it for it, but he did have the ace king, so nothing we can do. We are fighting, but it's just not our day. It's not our day, definitely not our day. %26 of range. It's gonna have king 10, jack 10 off in the range. It's important to know that, because he should barrel with the jack 10 and jack queen in this structure. Let me see if the stream stopped. It didn't, okay. We need to wait now for the big blind. I'm gonna go into the bathroom until that. Nino, što je preuzeti na brzinu? Aj. My sister will play until I... Okay, after this hand. Against 4% I'm folding, so... Okay. Ajde, sad pogledam.
Napi kameru.
Neka možeš imati više view.
Imaš par aseva. Na small blindu si lik je rejzo. 2,28. Kolo je, dama 4,10 je flop.
Okay, I'm here. My sister did get the aces. Okay, we are. Check shove here. Okay, we are 200 blinds deep. I'll call this. I thought it was defensive bet that he wants to have free showdown on the river. That's why I check shove there. Yep, it was. He would check the river for sure. Chess is asking one really interesting question. What does mean snap raises from fish on the turn and river? I would say it indicates the strength from fish, but their mind can be different. I mean, we don't know. You must first get to know how fish thinks and what is strong for fish, because for some of them every top pair is like a god. It's top. So you just need to know how they think, and if you know how they think, then you can make plays and know what that means. So it can mean they have the hand they like, the hand that they have lucky hand, that they are not afraid, that they want to put money in immediately. So it can mean different things, but usually I think it's a sign of strength, because they can just wait. They can't wait to play the hand and immediately want to get money in. That's my opinion, I don't know, but interesting question. I'm really happy the way we played today. I mean, there was a lot of cool spots. We do a lot of overbetting, a lot of shoving, a lot of bluffing, a lot of things, a lot of we were getting called a lot. The people called us with middle pair all-ins, with jack or queen highs. So interesting session, and all the sessions I would play would be like that, because people will play like that against me, and it will be interesting to see. But it also, I mean, from tough sessions you are learning. From the good sessions that you are cruising, you'll never learn anything, because we just forget about those one. Okay, squeeze here. Let's see how he reacts on it. Folding. Okay. We have really good tables. There's no short player. The only hand I really regret of all the hands I played today is that hand where the guy had a flush when we had aces, and he get the flush with the queen 10. That's the only hand I regret and I'm tilted about, because he's gonna have so rarely a flush there, and he's gonna have many top pairs, middle pairs, over pairs. And we're gonna have so many bluffs because we're gonna have ace jack off, ace queen off, and ace king off, and look at all the blockers. And we're gonna try to put that in a tough spot, but the guy had a flush, so that's the only hand that I'm really tilted about, and it's annoying, and it didn't. Look at this, the guy cashed out and won. Did he cash out on the flop? Let me see. Or before the flop, I didn't see it. And I don't like the cash out options. Okay, it was before the flop. I don't like the, oh no, it wasn't before the flop, it was on the flop. Yep, it was on the flop. And the guy cashed out 10% and get a full house. Sick. Think he feels bad now. I think that cash out options is, I don't like it. It's not poker. It's just not poker. Poker, it kills the game, in my opinion, beauty of the game. Because sometimes there's no that feeling when you have like, I don't know, 80% and you're all in, or 90% and you lose, or you are like underdog and you win. There's no that feeling, and there's no that feeling when you cash out. You just cash out, get, and that's, I don't like it. But I see that a lot of rakes use that option constantly. Okay. Falling really a lot. We can have plan here. We can call and don't shove on the club, or we can fold here because it's a fish and he will call us with the 3-bet here. So which option I like? He's also betting 10 here. Okay, I'm gonna fold. Even that's not good. If that's not bad. If he's betting 10, then we have equity more. We can hit the jack. We can hit the, and we have more fold equity if the club comes. Maybe he won't call with 10 all in. I'm not sure. 3-betting the black one, like we said. Okay, 1/3 here on this board. The good thing is this guy for sure doesn't have king queen off and doesn't have king jack off, so we have a playability. Let's see how much he folds. Okay, he did call, so he's gonna call all pockets here. So we're gonna just bet that he folds like pocket fours. And that's like a win for us, so. Okay. Let me see this. Strange. Calling against the cutoff. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go for overbet here. Check here. Delay. Okay, great. He wouldn't bet queen here. We have a player behind. And the guy who's 21-4, limping, not aggressive. I don't think he's betting queen there. Weak king, I would say, or king. Okay, we have all the tables. Full, all players. But you see how much action is in stars still. I mean, now it's 7 o'clock in the morning and they're just massive tables. We're gonna check once more. Bet like this. He did check raise once. It doesn't show it had, but he did check raise and he did had the goods, and he used the big size against Mescalit, I think. I don't know why it's not showing the HUD. Maybe he raised in position. Yep, he did raise it in position. Really great flop for us. But also I think if he's having a bluff here, he's just betting it somewhere in the hand. He's repping a full house here, or I'm going to bet here, or ace. So I don't think he's having much of a bluff. %, pretty tight. Calling with the ace queen. So he's probably calling like all pairs ace queen against us. Out of position against us. He's not folding, so he's calling here. We're gonna bet 1/3. I'm gonna ship against big blind. He's gonna call ace queen here for sure. Let's see here if we're gonna win it. We're betting here again. We're blocking tens, which is really nice. He's gonna have fives, he's gonna have eights, that's gonna call. But he's gonna fold ace queen, which is also win for us. I think I should fold against him. He's not stabbing anything, and he's a lot stronger than average, and a lot stronger when he's stabbing versus the hero. So I just needed to look at this and fold. But okay. It seems that's good I didn't do it. Just let me see again. Stab versus hero, 80% stronger than average. Let's see the hand that did his stab. Okay, but we see the bluffs. We hit the inside straight draw. Okay, middle pair. We just need to see the hands, not just the stats, because the stats is showing that he's stronger than average, and in fact he can have bluffs, so it's really okay. We just need to check what hands he has and what hands he's betting river with. He bet river with ace 3 with the flush. So he didn't bluff a lot, so that's even better for us to call. We won't be bluffed enough, and we can go to showdown. He bet defensive, like to get the value for worst pairs. So good for us. I don't think he has many 9x's in this spot when it's hand played like this. When he called 5x isolation from the big blind, it's probably like ace-9 suited only. So really good spot, really good 8-10 fold. I'm gonna stream tomorrow for sure. I don't know if we'll play on Stars or somewhere else, but okay, let's go like this. Great. This guy seems now to tighten up, or he was maybe tight from the beginning. But he did bluff 2 times without any equity, and he potted both of times, so tough session so far. Look at this. I think small blind versus ISO. I just don't like to fold this type of hands, even against tighter range. I think it would be like 6%, 7. That's like 9 plus ace queen. In big size, let's see the strength. We don't know about 70%, but we know about half of the pot. It's stronger than average. He should be betting this really frequently, so he should bet here like ace queen, ace king, and king queen. So okay. I'm gonna shove there. I don't think we have many floats. We have ace jack, ace queen, king queen of backdoor flush, and that's it. So we can call sets and shove this and shove our flush draws, so we'll be good to go. So the guy had bluff. Yeah, but he's double barreling really a lot, so yep, I remember this hand when he had tens and tried to bluff with tens. So I'm really okay. Backdoor flush draw. I'm just gonna do it. I think somebody will have 10 there, or this guy will have jack. And we don't look like a bluff ever, so I'm gonna change it into bluff. Real tight guy. Probably shouldn't interpret this. But I mean, it's only 173 hand, so like I said in the chat, they ask me when I'm gonna stream, like the schedule. I can't tell you the exact schedule, but it will be every day I can. until I'm in Germany, and I'm in Germany like 10 more days. I'm gonna stream every day I can after 11 o'clock. I will see where I will play. Usually I have 4 sites. It's Croatian site, Supersport, it's DafaBet, iPoker, it's Winning Poker Network, Poker King, and Stars. So I'm gonna play somewhere of that. Stars are the greatest because you can find fast tables, and on iPoker we would have to wait to, because there's scripts and stuff like that. On Winning Poker there are waiting lists, so it's better but not much better. Check range here against tight call range. And this guy doesn't have 5-7 suited, so it's important. Delaying here. This guy opens ships 185 lines. Yep. If he bet, I would call there, just because he would rep King X there, and he doesn't have a lot of King X's. So that's the reason why. And he did check queen, and I also thought that he would check the queen. If he's betting the queen, then R9s are not good call. If he's having like a pure ace of spade, he would probably bluff it on the river, and we saw that he's betting pot as a bluff. So I think that playing against this guy, we need to, when he's betting the river, we need to exclude the nuts hands from his range and bluff ship him or shove him thinly for value, just because he will it seems now that he will just want to check raise the value hands. And when you know that, when he's betting the river, it's easy to play, because you know he will go for check raise with the value hands, and you need to be balanced. Like for example, many times we had a value hand on the turn, and we didn't want to go for a check raise where we had 2 pair on the turn. We just overbet the turn with it. It's a better strategy than this, just because people will also check behind really strong, or for example now I will check hand like middle hand, so I will not value bet them against him, and then he will not have ability to bluff, because if he's checking all the nuts, and when he's betting he's mostly bluffing like we saw here, and that strategy will cost him, because his value hands will be, people will check behind just like top pairs and stuff, and when he's betting they will call him lightly. So just based on what I see, I see like 4th check raise big on the river, and 2 times he had the nuts, and 2 times it was against us and I didn't see the hand, but I don't think it was a bluff. For example, like this. So his strategy is, in my opinion, bad. He's spotting the bluffs, he's checking the strong hands, and we're just gonna do that. So when he's checking the river, I wouldn't bluff ever now, and I won't be betting really thin, but when he's betting I'm gonna call him light, and I'm gonna shove or raise for a thin value or for a bluff. An important thing is we are with the Jack 10 blocking King Jack and King 10, the hands that will maybe call the raise, but ace queen he did 3-bet only once, and it was ace queen. But still, I think ace 3 is too good to fold. I won't shove because usually they don't have any. Okay, he had queens. And he potted the flop with the queens. It's close between fold and call, but because it's 2x, I'm gonna call a7. I should be calling ace8. Check call here. Not many bluffs I will have. Now I'm gonna just or bet. Because if I'm having a 8-9 and 9-10, I'm gonna overbet it. Because he's gonna call like Jack X if I'm not overbetting it, so maybe even shove is okay. Okay, we get the chest. Let's see what we get in the chest. And there is some kind of bug. Every time I get the chest, I just can't open it until tomorrow. But I usually don't ever get anything. I never did get anything in in this year. I got like $4 tops. $5 I get. Okay, we're gonna go like this. There's no hand. He just called Queen Jack suited. That's the only thing we know about him. How the guy had? It has to be 3-bet. No, the guy called from small blind. And the guy just look at this. We are 3-betting the black ones, like we said. But this is insane. The guy has a flush, and he's check calling the river. And the guy has to pair. Ciao, ciao. Sick. This guy is folding pairs here. So when he calls, we need to take that into account. This guy's like really tight. I'm just gonna mark him tight. Let me see if there's a question. No, nothing. Okay. And this guy is not like he's check calling bad hands, he's folding a lot. I think I'm gonna need to finish the session. Even I don't want to. I'm getting tired. We are still a big down. Big down. Around 1.5k. Okay, we are down 500. Look at this. Wow. We are really... I know, it was a really tough session. Really tough. $1,100 below EV. Tough one. But like I said, I know it's important we are playing good. Okay, it's 4 call. Even against like these shitty players like this, I'm gonna call it. I think I can play it even against 5%. Really tough session. We can go through hands also, but it's a really tough one. I don't feel we deserve to be losing like this because we also lost a lot of coolers and setups. We lost 3 times in 3-bet pots with the overpair. And the way we play, I mean, overpair folding, we fold the jacks, but only because of him. To a normal player, I would never fold the jacks there. I'm gonna check behind the aces here. I think that's a good play. And I really like that we are seeing the bet this big and not check. I'm gonna check here. Oof. If I bet here, he would maybe bluff raise me. Yep, he would definitely bluff raise me. I misplayed that. And small bet on the river. Like 1/3 bet. He would definitely pull the trigger there. I just wanted to see. I decided to check behind the flop just because we are 3-way and we don't need that much protection with aces. This guy is crushing the game. Let's see if there's... Look at this. It has 20 tables in these hours. So sick. And people say, I think there will never action like this here in poker. All the records are broken online. It has to do with the corona, but also 1 or 2 times he did 3-bet. I'm not gonna 4-bet it. Calling the 9s. These guys are known to me, so I'm gonna check the river, not gonna bet it. Just to sure have a call in the river and to see his range. Okay, king 10 off. So bad play. He's opening 53%. I don't see many 3x hands in that range. So he's not gonna, the guy just left, he killed the table and left. And the table will be broken. Okay. Today I have a lot of players that I didn't play before, and that was also hard for me. Because, for example, the guy where we had king queen on the jack jack queen and we called triple barrel, just don't know anything about him, so I just can't fold it or do nothing there. I'm gonna delay it here. I'm gonna bet 1/3 in this spot. Check raise strength really low. I'll call it. Pretty nice turn. We're calling here with the 5. I would call a river here, just because I don't think he's raising with that size lone 6. Again against this ace king, and again we lost. Just terrible session to play. Terrible session. Just a terrible session. I can't say anything else. Okay. No question, no anything. No sympathy. You can say like, wow, you don't have luck. Too bad or stuff like that, but Really bad session. And of course, second day I'm streaming and immediately session like this. Immediately fucked up session like this. The reason why I shove jacks, because usually when I just get 4-bet from the unknown player, from what I saw till now, they're just over 4-bet bluffing and just keep shoving them. They fold a lot. Just because I immediately, when they're like 3-bet, they're gonna 4-bet. No start, so they're gonna 4-bet. And that's like the reason why I'm just gonna shove them. Cold 3-bet. Stuff like 8s. So mostly he's gonna have pocket pair, like 9s, 8s, 9s. I don't think he's calling with 7s. I will fold because I don't think I rep much. He doesn't know if I'm gonna just like, if I had ace queen of spade, I would check it also, but I don't know if he knows that. So I'm just gonna go and fold it. Because I don't think we are repping much there, and also I don't think I just can't raise like crazy because he's gonna have a full house there and we're not gonna have full house. So I just can raise like 3x there and that's it. And I think he would call with even 9s there because we don't look like we have anything. I remember this guy from Zoom, he played Zoom. Really fucked up session. I did really give my best. I tried to explain the hands, I did try to explain everything, but it just doesn't go my way. The guy had queens. This guy has 6-9. The guy has quad, sick. This is probably some curses. This guy. Yep, he's talking to his own. Makaki. Makaki sounds like a motherfucky. Makaki. %14% falling to 4-bet a lot. That indicates that he has many hands that can call 4-bet, like queen jack off, king jack off, stuff like that. So 8s plus. He's not check folding, but his calling range is weak. So he's gonna call here like ace king always, ace queen always. He's gonna call eights, he's gonna call 10x. This is really good for our range. We have queen jack off. I don't think he's check calling king jack off, queen jack off, pardon. I don't think he's check calling, I think he's betting it, so really good for us. We have a lot of 7x hands, so we're gonna step the turn again. There's no sense in checking, and we also have a full house if in this spot when we are betting nines, and it's important to have full house because if you're like checking now the sets and the river is full and you won't ever have full house. So I'm gonna check. I'm gonna mix it. Calling jack 9. It's too good to forward bluff it. King queen will be call here. We're gonna play against wider range. It seems this guy 3-bet us he did 3-bet us with king 10 off, check raise. I'm gonna check call here. I'm gonna check call here. I would like to raise with the diamonds or with the backdoor flush draw. Let's see, cutoff versus early middle. 10% falling a lot on 4-bets. Again, that's saying he has hands that can call a 4-bet. Okay. Calling. I checked full house. I bet the full house here. Magic Orange, hello man. I started to stream, I don't know, it was maybe 1 o'clock, something like that. But pretty tough session till now, so. But it was fun, I think, for people. It was interesting down here, but pretty hard. We are calling the red ones and tributing the black ones. Okay, this guy doesn't have many 6x's in the range. We want to bluff hands like that to have 10 or jack with it. If we are bluffing, we don't want to bluff this now. He's calling pairs here. I don't like to bluff with this. We want to block 9x, 10x or jack x, so we want to bluff like king 10 but not king queen. And he's mainly gonna call, I think, pairs here. Like hands like 7s and 8s. I don't like the bluff with the king queen, especially with the backdoor flush draw hand. and it shouldn't be no equity bluff, so I need to see here. The only thing is if he's changing like a ace-x into bluff here. That's like the only thing he... Check here. And I don't know if people are doing that, and I don't have the information to do something. The guy called call here. He did call queens. He's not betting queens, so his betting range, he indicates with the smaller side. I would say that he's wrapping like an ace-x here, like an ace-queen. I would say like an ace-queen here. He probably has even 9s and 10s in the range, but he's betting those now. We are calling. Whew, interesting. I would call definitely even one of them, because we seriously underwrap the hand. And then it's better than we raise the turn there. Much better. If we did raise the turn there, it would be better based on the size they use. But also we're gonna have a lot of weak aces. We're gonna have like ace 4, ace 3 suited, ace deuce suited. On the turn I'm saying ace 8 suited, stuff like that, and we don't want to raise those one. And with those one, if somebody bet the river, would have tough spot. With ace 5 we are chilling, but with those hand we would be in a tougher spot. This guy I would call, but against this guy it would be hard, because he did call 3-bet on a small blind. I would say not much bluff possibilities in this. Three eight. Call. And this guy's tight 3-bet range. No, not existing. Nothing we can do. %50 range, probably more when we are three-handed. Probably 55. That says queen 8 also in the range, but also jack 8 probably in the range. So we're gonna go with the 66%. Pretty bad turn. Basically, he's calling all jack X's. He's not check raising much. Question now, is he bluffing with fours, but like hands like deuces, threes, fives? And that's the question. And the question is also, does he going for a check raise ever in this spot? I don't think so. I'm gonna bet 1/3 for value. Okay, he has queen 10. He's gonna have many like king 10 hands, king 9, queen X. And we also want to bluff sometimes, and if we are not betting ace queen, then how can we bluff anything? He doesn't have 6-7 in the range, off 6-7 off in the range. I think this hand is fold because we're gonna have many better hands, and 9-10 is the worst 9x we can have. I think we can fold this one. Okay. A lot of tables. A lot of them. Okay, no question, no anything. Calling here, not 3-betting against 10% range or 0% against us for now. Calling the turn basically against any sizes. He doesn't have Jack-9 with this type of opening, so it's a bet on the turn. And check the river if he's calling. But we're gonna have bluffs, so we need to bet this on the turn. I'm betting here. Guy think about long and cold. That's like some middle strength hand. I don't know, like ace-9. Because pocket pair you are calling immediately. What you can think and call. That's the question. That's like middle straight, like king 10 or stuff. King 10 off. Check fold. Okay. Here if we are stabbing with a bigger size. On this board we're betting here. 3-betting bigger size also. We are deeper. That's the guy that 4-bet us with the ace king and got it in. But it will be harder for him now when we're 200 blinds deep, because we are never folding to 4-bet now. And he will need to go play out of position for a stack. 50% of range, so this guy just calls a lot of hands. I'll go for a bigger size. He's gonna have like ace deuce, ace 3 off. He's not gonna have 6-7 off. That's really good. Calling the river here. I don't think many backdoor hands he can have here, or floats with the king with a bigger size, especially when we are blocking king queen and queen of the spade here. So basically you can have king 9 of spades, king 8, and basically king of the spades, and he's wrapping the same hand as that. Okay. Floating against 2/3 spot with 8-10. This guy's a fish. I remember him from yesterday, he played. Let's see if somebody wrote something. Nothing. Okay. Again, people calling 3-bet, which is really, really bad. Guy donking. Yeah, he's fish from yesterday. But unfortunately, we just can't do shit. Tigre is donking the turn here. Hands like tens. Okay, even stronger aces. Again, I don't like the play. In my opinion, you shouldn't have called 3-bet range ever. But this guy is balancing it with the hands like he has. I think most of the range that he's calling have the heart here. So what we're trying to fold, 10 jack will call anyway. I think just we need to check and give up against him. I'll call king 5 suited here. Unfortunately, we can bluff here. I would shove on the diamond, and I would shove on the diamond, and I would shove if the because now he can have full house that he repped like fives. A really gross spot now. Really gross spot. I just have to give up. I'm repping the straight, and when he's calling, or he has a full house, or he's like having a draw with this. But I would say probably has a full. If the river was diamond, I would ship. And I think we look really strong. But nothing here we can do. I think it's really bad spot because I would check the straight also, but I would probably call it with the 9-10. But really tough spot. This guy falls 62%, so he's not floating anything here. He just called pairs and flush draws, and that's it. He's folding against 1/3, 50% of the range, so he's not floating ace 10 even on 1/3 or king 10. Maybe he's floating all with the backdoor flush draw, and that's it. He's gonna have the pairs here. I think we need to bet without equity against the range that is now strong, doesn't have any overcards that we want to fold out, that are better than our hand. I'm gonna rep 4x. I saw that he's a lot check call, check, check, check folding 100% of time. And if I'm betting because basically he would bet probably 9, so he's having a pair here. And I think I can make him fold it. I'm gonna check here with the queens. We are folding here. He didn't bluff this. Okay. Really, really bad. %65% openings from small blind. That's great. Let's see how much he's calling a 3-bet. Okay, decent amount. The reason why I checked here, because I don't have queen jack off in the range, and I have many, I 3-bet from big blind versus small blind, like Alex Sutherland did from his table, so I have hands like ace-6 off, and that's the reason I'm checking this board, because I have many weak cases, don't have the nuts very often, and that's the reason why. I'm gonna check behind flush draw here. You see, he's trying to go for a check raise again. So if we get our flush and he would have a 2 pair, and I would bet he would go for a check raise, that would be okay. This guy is now over betting. I'm gonna fall here and here. I'm gonna rep 10x here, bet like this. I don't think we can bet 10x with stronger size than this, so I would bet like that. What happened on the turn? The guy bombed the turn probably. Oh, he bet small. So with what this guy called a raised and fault of half pot. That's the real question. He probably is, and he donked the flop, so he probably donked nothing or then call the check raise with nothing. I don't know. 7-8 he would call the turn against half pot. So basically maybe he had like 7, ace 7 with ace of clubs or stuff like that. I must call against this size. I could check the river, but he's gonna have 4x, he's gonna have pocket 3s, he's gonna have pocket 6, he's gonna have 7x. So I just can't check the river just because the middle card paired on the river and his range is so wide that he's gonna have ace 4 off, 7-9 off and stuff like that. And I don't know when he's raising, is he ever bluffing or not, but against that size I don't have to be good very often, so okay. Let's go for a bigger size here. This guy did check fold till now. Okay, I'm glad I didn't bet the turn without equity. I don't have the stats, so that's why I didn't want to do anything. I saw that he's check folding, that he did check fold till now, so I bet the bigger size. But I don't know how he plays, so I can't range him anymore, and that's why I decided to go up without anything. Okay, bet like this. I'm just gonna jam against this size. He can have basically everything. He's not falling to a 3-bet at all. So I'm gonna jam. Having a draw. And again we lost. We lost. So sick, so sick. Let's see now. I think we are 1,500 behind EV. 100 even more. $1,600 below EV. So Just so bad session, I just can't say it enough. I think I should shove the turn, to be honest. Because we saw that he's stabbing everything. He can have like basically 9-10, king-10, no equity bluffs that he has. So basically just shove the turn and that's it. Because he's gonna call with all the draws he has. He did call 4-bet and fold to a shove. But still, I don't think he saw that we lost all in here. I don't think he's gonna bluff us now. I'm just gonna fold it. I just don't think he's gonna bluff in this spot now. So that's 8 buy-ins in one session below EV. And also all the fucking callers we had. It's hard to stay sharp and play good. And against this guy, I'm not gonna. He's calling 3-bet with everything, and he can have basically any suited cards. But I just had an off suited card. I just had to shove the turn. That's the only thing I didn't do right. Because basically I'm not folding river. We saw that he's bluffing without equity on the river, bombing pot with queen 8 on king 9-4, 10 jack on 6-8-4, so there is no way I'm folding ever 7, so it's just better to shove, and if he has something he would call it. If not, okay, I'm gonna bet a turn here. Even I guess when he calls this flop, okay, he's gonna call 10x here. He's gonna have some 10x's. He's gonna have ace 10 off. And this looks like a 7s to me. He didn't ever check raise the turn. And I don't know. Against 1/3, if he's bluffing, he's gonna check raise the flop with queen jack or 8-9. Not now, I think. And we also have queen here. King queen will be called. I will check the river, because when we are betting here, we are wrapping a good king, and we're gonna have many draws, so we are wrapping that strong hand. And I'll check the river with this. Really hard session. Really hard one. Nothing we can do. Okay. 1/3. And the worst thing is that all the fish has like taken majority of our pots. Really sick and really big fishes also. They just killed us today. Crushed us. This guy didn't bet with the queen here in the river. The guy check raised. Bet the turn with smaller side. This has easy bet. Delaying here. And the worst thing is that when we did get the hands, we were set up 2 times with aces, with queens once, and with jacks. All the overpairs we lost in 3-bet pots. I mean, the way I play, I'm not folding ever overpair in 3-bet pot. Even I did fold today overpair in 4-bet pot. Okay, his queen will be called here. Let's see what he's 3-betting when the stacks are deep. He did 3-bet 12%, but it's only 1 out of 4 time against us. Ace queen will be called. He's toning down. That's because he should be checking really a lot here, and his range is really strong. He's mostly having like an ace queen plus here, and he's betting I think even ace queen here with the queen of club. If I would bluff here, I would bluff with the king queen, having a club, and I would raise here with the flush. Just because I have more flushes than he has, because I'm gonna go all 3-bet here with 5-7 suited, or 6-4 suited, and he's not gonna have those hands. He should against me check range on that turn, but he's just playing the way he's playing. He's betting because he has so strong range and narrow. He can like always see bet because he always has he's always having a or pair or big pair, so he can do that because his range is so strong. But in this spot, I mean, I have ace queen, I will fold this, but if I'm having a club, I'm gonna bluff with the club. I'm gonna put his range in the tough spot, and he's gonna need to play his ace king or set for a stack, and I'm gonna have a lot of flushes, so I would raise like 4x here on then shove the river, and I can balance that with the clubs. So you see, and then he takes from us, and look at the hands he has. He's calling with a jack 5. Sick. And these players are killing us. It's so insane. I mean, so insane. Owen killed us. This guy kills us. This guy here. I'm gonna raise here. I don't think what he's repping now, like a king 8 or stuff. Big blind versus button here. Okay, we need to see bet a lot. So many good tables. So many good tables. But I think I'm gonna call it off for today. I'm gonna sit out, and that's it for this round. We're gonna see how we went, but it's really bad.